Yo guys, what's up? Welcome back to r/idontworkherelady, where an infernal Karen mother believes that she and her kid are above the rules and end up ruining the fun for everybody else. So without any further ado, let's dive right into the stories. Demon Mother thinks her and her son are above the rules and end up ruining other kids' fun. So I work in a store which sells bath bombs along with a lot of other things. We often demonstrate the bath bombs in our sinks, especially for kids, and they always love it. The rule is that it's one bath bomb demo per customer/group of customers. We only have 2 sinks, and on this particular day we had just done a demonstration in one of them, and there were a bunch of little kids crowded around and watching it fizz and change colors. Light and dark pink. A little boy of about 6 to 7 years old and his mom enter the store. Immediately, this kid rushes over to look at the bath bomb and announces very loudly that he hates pink and that the bath bomb is bad. I try to be nice and pull out our little basket with wasted off bath bombs. Usually we use chipped or damaged ones that we could not sell anyway, and I tell him to choose a color that he would like better, but then the mom criticizes me for trying to sell her son damaged goods. I explain that this is just for demo, and a chip out of the bath bomb is not going to affect the way it looks in the water, but the mom is not having any of it. It's not worth fighting over. We have a budget for it in case people want to see a specific bath bomb that has not been wasted off. So I tell him to choose a pristine one from the shelf. I also tell him to pick carefully because he only gets one. He chooses a bath bomb which smells nice but just turns a soft white in the water, so I suggest that maybe he choose a more colorful and fun one and explain that this one is not very impressive. He glares at me and shrieks, "No!" very loudly. I kind of flustered. The other kids near the sink were all staring and a lot of adults in the store had turned around. So I just let him put it in the free sink without trying to persuade him out of it. As expected, the water just goes white and the kid is not happy. He starts yelling that it's boring and his mother demanded he be allowed to put another one in. I explain that we only have 2 sinks and now they are both full. Also, I tell her that each kid is only allowed one so that the most people possible get a chance to see them. She ignores me and tells her son to go get another one off the shelf. I tell her again that I'm sorry, but he won't be allowed to put another one in. She tells me that I'm being stingy, and at this point the boy is running up and down the rows of bath bombs trying to choose one. One of my supervisors comes over and repeats exactly what I have told her, and the mom says that it's my fault for not telling her son that the white one would not be suitable, despite me telling him exactly that a minute earlier. At this point, the kid comes running back with a blue bath bomb and my supervisor tells him sternly that he cannot put it in the sink. The now clearly demonic mother accuses my supervisor of taking a tone with my son and demands that she sees the manager. Normally, we have pretty reasonable people in our store and a request and behavior like this is very rare, so my supervisor just awkwardly walks away to get our manager from the office. The mom gives me the most poisonous look I've ever gotten from a customer, turns to her son and tells him to put it in the sink. I instantly tell him that he's not allowed, but this kid just yeets the bath bomb into the already used sink before I can stop him. Bath bombs are meant to be placed in a bath gently, so when he hurls it, water goes absolutely everywhere, including over the other children standing at the sink next to it. Understandably, they all start screaming for their parents, and so I begin grabbing paper towel to help them get the water off their faces and clothes. I'm furious with the mother, but I cannot pay attention to her, as I, along with their shocked parents, are trying to console the other kids as we are drying them off. I hear the absolute demon lady say, "Oh well, that's not very impressive either, is it?" I've never wanted to physically fight a customer before, but wow, I got close then. The entire debacle ended up with my manager getting into an argument with the mother over making her pay for the second bath bomb. My manager eventually won by telling her that if she did not pay, The shopping center security would have to be called. The parents of the kids who were splashed were very understanding and non-demonic. Sorry for the long read, maybe this does not seem too hellish compared to other stories on this page, like no one was screaming at each other at any point, but it was just a bizarre and arrogant encounter. I had to get it off my chest. You know, in that case, I once again feel very bad for the kid, because it will be very hard for him to function at a normal job when he's being raised like that. Anyway, if you have watched until here, please don't forget to give me some stars in the comments and like the video if you want to support me. Thank you very much. Don't tell your dad. I watched a little boy win at life today. I was the customer in line at the checkout and the cashier was ringing me out when a family, mom, dad and a 7-year-old boy, pulled up behind me. Dad immediately wandered away while mom started loading her groceries on the conveyor belt. After she loaded a few things, she turned to the boy and said, "You were really good today. Would you like to pick out a chocolate?" The boy got super happy, grabbed a Kinder Egg and put it on the conveyor belt. Mom then tells him, "Don't tell your dad." Dad comes back and mom says she forgot something, so dad continues loading the belt while mom walks away. Dad then turns to his son and says, "You were really good today. Would you like to pick out a chocolate?" I've never in my life seen a kid look so happy. He picks another Kinder Egg and puts it on the belt. Sure enough, Dad then says, "Don't tell your mom." I didn't say anything to ruin this kid's wonderful 2-chocolate day, but I had a good chuckle walking out of there. Wholesome story from the comments, posted by Cosmic Quasar. Whenever my mom took me grocery shopping with her, she would let me pick out a donut from the bakery. If I was good for the rest of her shopping, she would let me eat it in the car on the way home. At the register, after paying for it, she would hand it to me and ask, "And what do we tell Dad?" And I would say, "Nothing." And she would give me the donut and say, "That's right, unless he asks. We don't lie." Fantastic parents, I would say. It finally happened. A table made me cry. I would like to start by saying that the majority of the staff at the restaurant I work at works Friday nights and double on Saturday and double on Sunday. Come Sunday, we are all exhausted and our brains are mush. My first table of the morning is finishing up and I do my usual, I know it's a silly question after breakfast, but did we save any room for dessert? And the woman asked what we have. I ran through the list and she said she would just like a scoop of vanilla ice cream. I don't know what happened, but as soon as I stepped away, I lost all memory of her asking for ice cream. It sucks, but since I'm still only human, it happens. I drop off their check and the woman asks about the ice cream. I apologized and said I would be right over with it. She could not have been nicer or more understanding, and I told her that I appreciated how understanding she was. As I was walking away, she said, "When you come back, I will tell you why I'm so understanding." I rang it in on a separate ticket, paid for it myself, and ran it out as quickly as I could. When I dropped it off, the woman said, "I would like to tell you why I ordered this. Today is the 9th month anniversary of the day my 36-year-old daughter was killed by a drunk driver. This tattoo on my wrist is her final heartbeat before she passed away. Vanilla ice cream was always her favorite dessert. And yesterday was the 2-year anniversary of the day my dog passed away, so my emotions surrounding death are a little bit raw. I could not help it, but I started to cry. I gave her a hug, told her that I appreciate that she shared that with me, and told her I will be back once I can get a grip on myself. I walked past my boss, said, "Cover my tables, I need a cigarette," then sat outside and cried. When I came back, her and her husband were gone. It's an hour into my shift and I'm already a mess. A few hours later, a family of 3 sat down. I could tell their 5-year-old son was somewhere on the spectrum, so I let his mom do the talking for him, since I did not want to make him uncomfortable by asking him a bunch of questions that he may or may not be able to answer. They all placed their order and they ordered a pepperoni pizza for the little guy. When I went back to check on them, I noticed that he was only eating the pepperonis and I figured he was just waiting until the pizza cooled down. But when I checked back again, he was still just eating the pepperonis. I go to my cook explain the situation and ask if he will give me a bowl of pepperoni so this kid can leave with a full belly. My cook, being the fantastic man that he is, asked me if he should throw them in the oven for him so they are the same at what he has been eating or if they are okay raw, and then he said, "F it, he's getting both." A few minutes later I walked back and told them that I had noticed he was only eating the pepperoni and set down a big bowl of pepperoni for the little man. The mom teared up and said, "You have no idea how badly we get treated at restaurants. We've been driving all day. We are exhausted and this is the nicest thing you could have done for us." For me, it was just problem solving. It's dinner time, the kid is hungry, the kid is only eating one thing, so I need to get more of that thing to the kid. For the parents, it was so much more. They shared some stories of other restaurants they've been to, and what they told me absolutely horrified me. No one deserves shitty service or shitty remarks just because their child is fighting a different battle than we are. He may not be able to verbalize all that he would like, but he can hear everything, and I cannot imagine the things he's heard people say about him just because they don't think he understands what's going on. I got a high five from that little piece of perfect on his way out the door tonight, and it was the best high five of my life. Today was a day of a lot of tears for me. Holy crap, why am I crying as I'm typing this? But I had two amazing experiences, and I'm really thankful that my 31 years of living led me to those tables on this day at this restaurant. I live in a vacation destination, though the odds of me getting to wait on them again are slim to none, but I am never going to forget this day. I'm really sorry for the long post. I can be a bit long-winded and include details that are not necessary, but I am who I am. I just had to get this out, and this is the only place I know where other people might be able to appreciate it. Alright guys, that's all the content I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed the rather wholesome story today, and I hope you have a fantastic day, and I see you again tomorrow.